So this weekend, you were talking about Zoolander 2. We saw the teaser trailer in the theater. We went to see Mission Impossible. And the worst thing in the world happened ever in the theater. Why have you done
Did it
that?
have to do with Gavin's beer by
It
any
didn't.
chance?
What happened there,
What
buddy?
was the worst thing in the world that happened? Did
How
Mission
do you do
Impossible
that?
play on
So
the big
we
screen?
went. Okay, how dare you? It was really good. So we went to this theater where it's you get like a love seat recliner.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
It's like
and
supposed
let's
to be
preface the story by saying that we don't go to the Alamo anymore because it's just full of bastards who talk
all the time. And
They
like,
would be very upset to hear you say
Do
that.
you report them?
well, normally it's not like
All you have to do is raise a
an order card,
I
right?
want to stop watching the movie so I can write down, hey, the bastards behind us are loud.
Wouldn't you feel that much better if you get them kicked the fuck out, though?
The thing that gets me is it's with the Alamo that we've had. The problem I've had recently, at least, is not people talking like, "Oh my gosh, it's not so great," blah blah blah. It's people talking to their damn waiter, and then their waiter like also talking back, which they have to do. Totally get it, but it's like somebody talking.
No, but the waiters are loud.
and they are.
Like, I'll even go like, I like quesadilla. Do you want salsa? Dude, it's a movie.
Yeah. Well, what happened to me last time was I went and I sat down, and the guy next to me showed up late, and then the waiter was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be taking care of you. Have you ever been here before?" And the guy was like, "No." So then the waiter went through his whole spiel about how you order, and the movie had already started. I was
To be
super
fair,
unhappy.
wasn't it previews?
Well, still, shut the hell up. I want to see what's going to be coming out.
So where did
I
you
really
go?
like the previews as
So
well.
we went to this place called iPick. It's at the Domain, and it's like, I think it was $60 for 2 tickets.
Wow.
Because you get like a love seat recliner, and you're not
You
near.
can take it home?
You're not near anyone. We were like, all right, let's give this a shot.
It was like 40. I don't think it was
It was
60.
60.
It was 60?
Yes, it was 60.
All
You should
right,
be
well,
in the movie.
we're not going there again.
So
60.
we get in there. We're all like tucked in. We're so
You get a
excited.
blanket and a pillow, and it's
Yeah.
awesome.
In the middle of the
And,
movie,
like, really?
Tom Cruise
Yes.
goes, we got to take down the syndicate, Meg. That makes it worth it.
It was so lovely. There's like a waiter who comes and gives you all your food and everything. It was wonderful. And these 2 fucking guys sit down behind us, and they're talking so loud before the movie starts, and we're already like, fuck. And the movie starts, they do this thing, like somebody like punches somebody in the face, and they're like, nighty night. You don't get to
Yeah,
respond.
there's a bit where like something bad's happening to Tom Cruise, and the guy behind us is like, there's no dialogue because it's like, oh god, and he's like, she's gonna have to dive in and get him. Yep. You have
Oh,
to do that.
God.
And then there was like an intense moment at the end. It's all about to kick off, and there's like a moment of just like 2 people looking at each other. You know it's about to kick
That
off.
building
And it's
suspense.
silence.
There's
No
silence.
music.
The guy behind us goes, bum 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 bum, bum, and it's like,
I was
you're humming the theme tune now. God damn it!
so
Really?
loud. Like the whole theater for sure. Like, and at one point
Nobody said anything to this dude?
So at one point I turned around when he was like 99. I turned around, I was like, really? Like, shut up, obviously. And they did not give 2 shits.
Well, now
And
I had an audience.
I
Now I
was
had your attention.
praying for an order card to raise about the 2 cunts behind me, and I did not have one, and I missed the Alamo.
$60.
Fuck, I was so pissed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I
it
saw
was-
them in the parking lot, and I almost yelled at them in the parking. Like, I wanted to drive by, like,
That's it. That's the picture of the
Did you
place.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
You
lovely.
just drive over them.
I thought about it.
That actually used to be a bigger deal, like those kind of movie theaters. They had the gold class cinemas.
They still do in Australia.
Yeah, I think they might have started in Australia, and then we got them here, and then they came and went like nobody ever went to them.
There is a danger with them though. Like, I was shooting all day. I got up really early that day, and then we saw the movie at 10 p.m.
I'm sorry. What's the danger to the recliner?
Here we go.
You'll fall damn asleep.
Yeah,
like,
fall
I was.
asleep.
It's a
Yeah.
long movie, and I was just like, oh, it's too comfortable.
That
to
sounds
watch
really
it.
pleasant.
Yeah, but you know what kept you awake? The cunt behind us.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to that guy. Prick.
angry.
Yeah, it's just like that level of furious where you want to do something, but you also don't want to raise a fuss. Like, I want to watch the movie. I don't want
Yeah.
to yell at somebody.
Like, it's like you want to enjoy it in spite of him trying to
Also,
ruin it for
I got to be
you.
careful about getting into fights, because say he punched me, then I'd obviously try and punch him back, even though he was quite big. I'd go for a face shot, right? But then what if I get deported for that? You can't punch someone in the
you got a
face.
problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to stay out of fights, man.
Or you just get sued.
Don't worry, I got this.
I got my ringer.
I was the one who turned around and was like, I was like, I got you, baby, I'll get him. Really?
But it only happens in
That always happens, by the way. I think most fights are started by women.
Well, and that's what I was, when I saw Trainwreck in the Alamo, I was like, oh, this is me.
I've only really had this in America, though. And it made me homesick watching that movie. I
Yeah.
was like, I need to go to England for like a day just to
watch movies.
to
Yeah.
get out of the way.
I fell asleep in episode 3 when I went to go see it with you.
I fell asleep too.
Yeah, and I fell asleep while watching it. Were there at least good snacks at the movie?
Actually, the food was really, really good. and it's like free popcorn and everything.
Yeah,
which
it's
is awesome.
ruined though.
I
Ruined.
do like the
It
free
was
popcorn.
ruined. It was nice.
Speaking of
That
snacks,
comes out of the $60.
that's how you do a segue, Gus. Not, I need to read this. All right, let me throw some of you ladies. Let's say you're both single. Like something horrible happens to Gavin and I. You're both single. You meet a guy, gorgeous guy, good job, interesting person, lots of personality.
That's a very vague description.
That's just
I'm into it.
It's a likable
I'm
person.
into him.
Thank you, Meg. Follow along with me here. Huge dick. But you go out, he takes you out somewhere, you see his car, it's a jacked up pickup, and it has the fake testicles on the back of it.
I'm out.
Is that an utter deal breaker?
No way. I'm so in. I don't give a shit about your car.
What about the
He's
fake-
amazing, dude. He has a great job. He's sweet and
But
sensitive.
here's the
I don't
thing.
give a shit. Put
Is he-
testicles on your car.
Is he? If he has one of those giant jacked up monster trucks with testicles, if he had
Here's
to
the
give
thing.
his car
Specifically the
balls,
testicles.
I want you to know that if you walked away, you were like, no, I saw your car and I left. And then I was like, baby, I don't care. You can have whatever car you want. And then he was like, I know. It was my dad's and I just keep it because it makes me think of him. And now I have a sensitive man.
While Meg is doing this,
are you
she's gently
stroking him?
rubbing her microphone. Backhanded, too.
What are you caressing there? The testicles on the back of the truck?
No, you gotta cup
He had a
those.
big dick,
How
I
do you,
would.
how do you think it works?
She's using the back of her hand like she's touching a hot pot. She's like being careful.
Touches a hot bomb in the back of the head.
Or they're electrified fence, so like you touch it with the back of your hand. You know why you do
never
that?
seen-
Why?
like in a-
Because you can
Yep.
get it away faster.
You don't
because
touch-
You can't go zzz.
Yeah,
because when
that's
it
it.
pushes you
There
back,
it is.
it'll
There's
push you.
the testicles.
There you go.
That's real.
And he even says got nuts. What if you had a got
don't
nuts
care.
license plate?
Can I
Do
say
not
though?
care.
You got to ride around to your sensitive dates in that truck.
Don't take my car, baby. I've got one.
No, you
What-
can't do that.
What if you
And
put
that doesn't
balls
even
in
be a
your
truck. It could
car?
be.
No, we can't put balls on my car. I'm sorry.
It could be any kind of car. Like maybe he's an athlete. He wins a Super
Right.
Bowl and drives off in a Hyundai.
Yeah.
Kanye.
I got it.
There
I know.
you
I
go.
came
Thank you.
back.
We're gonna do those all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I did find out about fake balls though is you can get them for your pets. So, for
Yeah.
example, Joe the cat is a fixed cat. But if, for example, we thought he was missing his balls, you can buy fake balls for your pet, just like silicone balls. It's like getting a boob job, except for your.
Oh, you
cat's
mean
testicles.
inside
like
the scrotum?
implants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah.
meant like hanging a fake
Nope.
set of things off his tail. I was
When
like,
you-
that's, why
That
would
would be-
When one of yours went loop
That would be weird,
Would
Gav.
you have been? Are there several models of fake testicle you could have picked from?
Well, I didn't lose the testicle.
Well, I know, but I'm asking, did they even breach that subject, or they were just like, we got it, and you didn't have to worry about it at all?
I
No,
wouldn't.
they
I
would
wouldn't
never
get a
went for that.
prosthetic. I'd go with the one.
I wouldn't
with
either.
that?
And what I'd do is I'd rotate which side of the scrotum my ball was in, depending on which week it was.
Can you do that?
You can do that?
Yeah, I
What
think you can-
separates there? Is there any separation? Yeah. There is, and you can put.
Thank-
So we have an expert now. On
Thank you,
one
doctor.
testicle. Well, how did you? Do you mind if I ask how you lost your other testicle? I had a tumor in my left one. Really?
Ah.
Okay, so that's a very.
It was the first thing I asked him the other night when we were.
How would you ask him?
Wait,
You
how
never
did
asked
you-
me
Because
that.
he told me that he had one ball out, and I was like, "Do you ever swap sides?" And he's like, "Yeah, it feels weird."
Really? Just going the other way. But it's also I would not get a prosthetic. I would rock the one ball because then you'd be able to like tell people I have one ball.
Here's the thing, I
That's
don't-
your in.
What?
I don't feel like
What am I
I
looking
would.
at? Is that
Those
Dorothy?
Those are
sizes?
different.
You
Those
can
must
get
be
different
different
sizes?
implants.
So apparently
a
testicles
row of
run
anal
all the way
beads.
from like little rubber ball to gigantic
Weird-
ostrich egg.
Is that like A cup to D cup, except in balls?
That's an enormous ball.
We need some scale there. Like, I don't know which one
Yeah, I
I
need
would
a
have.
banana for size.
The ones on the
Was
left
that
are
for
bigger.
lions?
That's your scale. That's all the scale you need.
Here's the thing, though, about like if you had one ball, I don't know how long it would
do have
take
one
me
ball.
to notice that.
I also have another.
Like I don't feel like you just see ball. Like they're not like boobs. Like you don't just see those. I'm not like, hey, let me check out your balls. Like
be-
you don't see.
Well, you'd have to
those.
feel it, wouldn't
Chances
you?
are, by the
guess.
time you get down to seeing one ball,
You've probably
like,
done.
that's probably not a deal breaker at
Yeah.
that point.
Well,
Would it
it
be
would be.
a deal
You're
It
in.
would never be a deal
No,
breaker.
it would
but
be for you because you said you'd break up with me if I lost a finger.
Let's talk about this because, like, weird. Like,
If I had a
no offense
stump.
to people who don't have all their fingers, but it's like
I'm out.
if you like lost a section of finger, I feel like I would feel creeped out by you touching me with your short finger.
my
So
little
a guy that used to work or write for Drunk Gamers back in the day, his name was Skylock. He lost a finger while we were all working on Drunk Gamers together. And he lost it in probably the worst way I've ever heard of someone losing their finger. And he came home drunk from the bar one night. And he was trying to get into his house, gets out his keys, fumbles his keys, drops them like in a little sewer grate, like it wasn't that far down, reached into the sewer grate, pulled his hand out, and just caught his finger. His finger stayed in the sewer
Oh,
grate.
he
basically.
like degloved.
He like
oh,
he like popped it off
all the way
at
off.
like the second knuckle, with his pinky.
Wow.
Just like that was it. That was it.
Well, I went to high school with a kid who was holding onto a rope, and I think it was attached to a boat or a truck. But either way, the vehicle went, and they wrapped around the last knuckle of these 3 fingers, and it just pulled them straight off.
Yeah.
And he would always tease me, like, still love them, still my friend, but he'd always be like, woo, and I'd be like, ugh. It's just not something I want to be caressed by. I'm sorry.
It's probably just as soft as a fingertip.
Other part, like you could lose your
Softer
arm. It's just your
My
fingers.
whole arm?
Like it's just a little strange to
Meg,
me.
think about this. There's no nails to get caught anywhere.
Well, there shouldn't be
there's the
anyway.
end of a bone- there's the end of a
Your
bone.
hands. Also, what is it getting caught on? Ugh.
Just scraping. Just scraping.
Maybe scraping. Okay, but like my
not getting-
lumpy
it's not getting
vagina. Caught.
Pulled my finger out, the whole finger came off.
Like, do you ever see when a cat is like scratching something and it gets a nail caught? Very clearly, it's caught, but it tries to play it off like it's not caught. It's like
It's
it's
just-
just standing there with its like claws stuck on
Yeah.
the couch like that.
Or
Our
like,
cat does that
or
with
like
the
in the
mat.
screen
Yeah.
of a window, just going.
It's like, I'm cool.
I'm just
cool.
waving.
Well,
Sup,
our
man?
cat will start.
We talking about this. We were talking about lost animals or lost kids. We lost Joe the cat. Like when we moved,
We didn't know. Here's the thing: we didn't lose Joe
No.
the cat. Joe the cat
walked away.
fucking walked away.
He was
You
like,
guys, let me just
What
be,
an asshole.
Let me just put this out there because I think maybe you're a little too close to the situation. You don't see it. I think you guys are being a little overbearing, and he just needed some time alone.
apparently so. Yeah. So we went through this whole machination of like, we actually. Is it okay to say some of the places? You
Yeah.
can put personal information. So I actually like posted on like our Austin, like that we were looking for Joe the cat, and somebody called it out. They're like, "Is
that Joe the cat?"
from Rooster Teeth?" And I was like, "Oh shit."
Your cat is famous enough.
He was gone for 2 fucking weeks. He was gone, and we like had posters. We hired a cat lady.
You hired Ace Ventura.
We hired a pet
Yeah,
detective.
we did. We hired a lady who
So
could find
pet
cats.
detectives are real.
Yo.
Yeah, they absolutely are. She was tracking like the wildlife trails around because there are a lot of raccoons and skunks in the area, and
I'd say Gavin-
we've had deers around our house.
Yeah.
and so she was like tracking these wildlife things and checking the holes under fences for cat hair, like just like a single hair that might have got caught on the fence to indicate he went this way. The problem turns out, do you have any idea how many people own orange cats? A lot of people own orange cats, it turns out.
I also found out that if a cat's lost, it goes in about a 250-foot radius, which there's utilities you can use online. You can pull like, your point down, and it shows you what 250 feet from your house
They
is.
might go as far as 500 feet if they're indoor-outdoor
Then you do a
cats.
bigger one, which is 500 feet, and that's pretty much it. Like that's as far as they'll go. Joe, when we finally got him back, Ashley did all this stuff. She
I
hired.
had postcards sent out to like
Everybody.
1,000 households in our neighborhood.
God.
So in a
Everyone
1 mile
within
radius.
a mile of our house got a postcard
we
about
had
Joe the cat.
posters up everywhere. I had wildlife cameras we set up at like in other people's yards, trying to find him. I mean, we were desperately trying to find Joe. And then at the end, we just got a call from a lady who got his name on a tag. That was it. He wandered into her backyard, and she just picked him up on a tag.
a half mile away.
3/4 of a mile away.
How many
Yeah.
feet is that?
That is
Way
so
more than
half mile would be
500.
2,500 feet.
Oh,
So then it'd be like 3,700 feet is 3/4 of a mile.
that's insane.
My favorite part about
It's like
this whole
Homeward Bound.
process, because we're, like every day asking, like, is Joe back? And like hearing about all of it as it went on, was that people called Ashley to tell her that they also own cats. They were like, yeah, so I saw a cat, but I own an orange cat. And I'm like, who calls a lost cat number to talk about their own freaking
Yeah.
cat?
I had one person, get this, I actually had one person, I don't know if I told you
Yeah.
this yet, Meg, who they sent me a text message saying
We got Joe
I
the cat
saw-
back, by the way. You should've
Yeah, we
told me that.
absolutely
Yeah.
got him back, but we
We wouldn't have talked about it otherwise.
someone sent me a text message saying, I saw your posters up that you're missing a cat. We have a purebred Persian that's not adjusting to our move very well. Do you want it?
Yeah, they're like, we saw you lost a cat. You want another cat?
You want a shitty cat.
It's like, you're desperately looking for your cat. You just want ours instead. Same thing, right?
So
It's like, hey, I lost my kid at the music bar. I lost a kid. Here goes. There's one.
there's one.
Well, I have twins and I only wanted one, so just take that one.
Yeah, that one's crying a bunch. Take that one. Doesn't want to go on any of the
This one's really
rides.
pissing me off. Well, so we used to let Smee outside. When we first got Smee, we let him be like an outdoor cat, and he got stuck in the same tree like 4 times.
You got a cat that got stuck in a tree?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
was
he's an idiot.
got stuck, and he would just get up. He would get up to the same branch and then just meow, meow, meow.
The same one every time.
Every time. Got
We'd
stuck in
climb
the
up
same.
and get him down, and then he'd just go straight back there.
and then
Just like,
meow. I think he was actually in the tree being like, na 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 na. We were getting him back. So he would just mostly stay in the backyard, and then he would usually come to the back door maybe like 30 minutes. Then he would like take an hour to come to the door. And then one Saturday he was gone for 4 hours. And we went out until like we couldn't find him. We went out to the underbrush like behind our house and we're looking everywhere. Finally we found him in our neighbor's yard. And Gavin hops the fence and like brings him back. And then the next week, it had been maybe like 3 or 4 weeks after that happened, our neighbors, we saw them in the driveway and they're like, hey, and they're like, hey, what's your cat's name? Shmee? And we're like, Smee. And they're like, oh yeah, we haven't seen him. Is he okay? And we were like, yeah. You know, we decided we were going to keep him indoors after it took him like 4 hours to come home. So we were a little worried. And we're like, yeah, we just been keeping him inside. And they're like, oh, well, we miss him. We were like, wait, what? And they're like, oh, yeah, he used to just come in and take naps with our baby.
Yeah.
And he would just go in their house and take naps with their infant
Cat
child.
was cheating on us.
Joe the
with
cat
a better
did
family.
that. Joe the cat did that as well. In fact, our neighbors would send us pictures of Joe the cat walking through their house because their little girl fed him pink salmon.
So you feed him pink
I'd be
salmon.
annoyed if someone was feeding my cat and bragging about it. I'd be like, don't put stuff in my cat. It's my cat. I get to do that.
Apparently, most indoor-outdoor cats have multiple families.
Yeah. Gavin was, I want you to know that Gavin was truly devastated. And what the first thing you said to me when they said that was, if we have a baby, it won't be his first baby.
Did you really say that?
I remember saying that for sure.
It wouldn't be Smee's first baby.
So now he's an indoor cat forever.
Yeah.
Really? Because you're jealous.
Yeah,
Yeah, also
because of-
someone might take him.
absolutely because of Gavin's
Well,
jealousy.
that was the aggravating thing. Is like we were legitimately worried about Joe.
Right,
I mean,
the
we thought he
reason
was. I thought he got eaten by a coyote. I had almost convinced myself that a coyote had got
I
him.
wasn't into work for like a week because I would get here and I'd get a call from someone saying they saw an orange cat outside somewhere. I'd go back immediately, search the whole area, and find out there was another resident orange cat.
Or we'd be at dinner
They're all really sweet. by the
talking
way.
about something, and then Ashley would just start crying and put her head on the table for a minute or two. I was like, oh my God. Then after 2 weeks, we get a call, race down there, 3/4 of a mile away, get Joe the cat, didn't give a shit. He did not care at all. It's like he just left.
We got him back in the house, sat him down, and he goes out of his eats out of his food bowl, eats like 4 whole things, and then sleeps for 20 hours and just goes, heh.
the
Yeah.
nice thing though is like
Joe the cat.
is that he slept, which makes it feel like he's comfortable, and he's like, oh, I had my adventure, now I'm home.
Yeah.
So I think that was nice.
I hope he would have found his way back. That's what's not clear
I don't
to
think
me.
he would
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
That far away, I wondered if he was pulling a little bit of a homeward bound on us.
What, trying to go to the old house?
Yeah.
You know, because we moved not that long ago.
Oh. Yeah, see, I have to went through all this stuff too. Guy River Jones on the website says, I assume it's a guy, could be a girl. Her name is River. We lost our cat years ago. Someone found it in another town very far away from where I lived and returned it to us. We suspected that our neighbor was putting out traps for the cats, and he also took the cat to the pound as well. Peel the Pound described our neighbor. So sometimes
the
neighbors,
neighbor was
neighbors
just-
are weird about cats sometimes.
They
It's
just
just-
remove other people's cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Ugh.
we have a chip in both of our animals, but people don't check them enough. That's the
Right.
thing that drives
Dude,
me
we had
crazy.
cameras. We had a GPS collar on Joe, and we had
It
a
will
chip.
tell us the second he leaves the house. But because we had been away for a couple of days, the charge on it only lasts for like 3 days.
yeah.
So we didn't put it on him because we figured it'd be uncomfortable and no point because,
He would die.
yeah,
She
it
was
would
really
die
upset
and
about
then
that
nothing.
too. She was worried that she had messed up.
Yeah.
I was
No,
so
I can't
sad.
imagine. You can't, you feel so helpless. I don't have kids, but I imagine it's similar. Like when Smee was ill and he wouldn't eat, and I just sat. I just sat and cried and boiled chicken and please just eat the chicken. You're gonna die.
Did you ever see the video of the woman who just binned that cat?
Oh yeah,
What?
in England.
A crazy bitch woman.
Yeah, it's
was
pretty
walking
nuts.
by someone's
Oh
street.
yes, so she just picks a cat up and puts
It
it,
was
in
on the
garbage
wall, just
can.
minding her business. She just goes, look, bins it, and then
I
walks
remember
on.
that.
And then her excuse was like, yeah, I don't know why I did that. I was like, what? You're a lunatic.
Yeah,
Go
that
to
could easily.
jail.
That could easily.
Lunatic.
If you did that in Texas, that would kill that cat.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because nobody would know that cat was in there for
And it would
6
die.
hours.
It would die from heat immediately.
Yeah,
Die from
absolutely.
heat, yeah, it'd be awful.
I can't. People are. That's why I tell Gavin about having Smee outside. Is people drive like idiots. There's always cats on the side of the road. People aren't stable
Uh-oh.
enough for outdoor cats.
Uh-oh.
Seriously,
You just sent Burnie off on a whole new tangent.
Meg, you've lived in.
Speaking of stuff and words, we were going to argue about GIF and GIF.
Oh no, we're not going to argue. We were. Listen, dude, you made a point in the car.
I did.
That finally made me see the reason for calling it a GIF, and
Nope.
now you can't remember the argument you made.
I can come up with something similar.
Yeah,
It was basically this. English makes no sense.
Sure,
Yeah, no,
octopodes.
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
But that's
They-
also an argument
like,
for why we should be able to call it GIF.
Yep.
Sure.
Anything
And
that's
you can.
colloquialized is right.
But it gets into like you can't say G. G is never just one sound. It's two sounds. You can choose what it is.
What do you mean?
Depends
G's
on the
never
word.
one sound.
It can be a G or a J.
You're also, once again, argument that can go both ways.
Sure.
So I can say GIF.
But the idea is if you make a word, you decide how the word sounds, right?
Yeah.
So the guy who made GIF gets to decide how it sounds, right?
Like you can't
Right,
tell
but
someone.
society
though.
gets
You
to
can't tell someone how their name is
colloquialize it.
pronounced. Like I can't tell you how your name is pronounced. I can't tell your name is Mag.
Or Meeg.
Meeg.
No, but you do get all the,
me.
People call me Megan all the time.
Megan.
Or Megan.
no, but
Megan.
people get to decide how their names are pronounced, right?
Right.
Like they're crazy out left field names.
Sure, no. When
They
somebody's
still get to
named
decide how it's-
something, you can't name your kid something, and someone else goes, "Name isn't Jeff, it's Goff."
Right. Well, this guy named it GIF.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's,
but it's
I'm
not a
arguing
name.
along with you now.
It's not a
Cool, okay,
name.
cool.
It's a noun. And colloquially,
It's a
GIF.
word.
So
It's
yeah,
a word,
but it
that
is
that
a
guy-
noun.
It's a word that guy made and decided how it sounded.
It's a name.
Sure. Well,
It's a type
it's
of
not
image
a
format.
name.
It's an image format.
It's not
But
a name.
Most
it's
G
a noun.
words are G.
Jeff.
That's a name, though.
Yeah, but that's
Say
not a
words.
name.
Giraffe.
He didn't name
Alright,
a
say
baby
a
yet.
word that I haven't said already.
Giraffe.
Yeah, I already said giraffe earlier. They banged his head on a bridge. One
I'm
more
just
G word.
saying,
Fridge.
You can't just put it in the middle. It's going to start with the G.
Now you're just making
No,
up rules.
because it starts with
Jeff.
a G. Right. So no Jeff, no giraffe. A G word that starts with a J.
George.
Okay, and wait, look,
Another
once
name.
again, a name.
Right,
He did
give me
not
one.
make a name.
Give me one,
He
let's
made
go.
a noun.
Let's do it.
It's a new word.
Gender.
Sure, but it is a noun.
really
It is
good,
not a
actually.
name.
We're playing
Jared.
twos. All right, here we go.
There we go. So
Jared.
these are on the spot.
Gentleman.
Jared.
Gentlemen. No, yeah, you're nailing it now.
Gentleman's good.
My point fell apart.
Again,
Either way,
colloquially.
it's mostly G.
Well, here's the thing. I was just telling Gavin the octopodes spiel, which if you've never seen the like Google octopodesdictionary.com, there's a woman who explains
Nobody's seen that, by the way. Go ahead.
Octopi is actually wrong because it's a Greek word and the Greek plural is octopodes.
I thought it was octopodes.
Octopi. We
So-
talked about this too the other day. Octopi.
Isn't that one of the two?
It's octopodes is the correct word, but colloquially octopi has been so accepted that it is also correct. So GIF would also be correct because colloquially it's also accepted.
Okay, fair point. But I would also want to point out too, I don't like the fact that if we get stuff wrong long enough, it becomes right. I also don't like that.
Deal with it.
Geography,
Oh shit! Hold on.
gerbil,
Hold on. Stop.
Georgia.
Let's all stop spelling you.
I also
Giant
think it's
correct.
a GIF. I don't think it's a
Hold
GIF.
One of
on.
the examples is giant panda.
Oh come on!
What's that?
They were the deal with it glasses that I did the whole like slow come down and they totally
You know what we need? We need
missed
that
it.
like on a rope where we can
Yeah,
lower
like
it.
and
And you try to get it right. The
Those are great glasses.
I
do we have
I
so
think
many
it's a
I don't know. I just
GIF
found
as well. I don't think.
Do you
it's
think
a
we should
GIF.
end the podcast at some point?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gus isn't
Someday.
here, so we probably should do that.
Like, there's no one doing it. Or
You're-
should we just keep going?
you're
Like,
in the
how
chair.
long will they stay in there working?
I will read the. Let me read what they have to say on the website real quick, and then we'll go.
Oh, there's socks.
Oh, I should point out
just
that I'm
one.
wearing my socks from Olga K. Gave me these socks. These are her
Nice.
moosh walk socks.
Let's get a close-up. We promised her a close-up, right?
There we go. No, we don't need a close up. That's fine.
I
I
want
can do
another
this.
one of these. Whoever owns the other one of these,
There you
give
go,
me
Patrick. There's your close up
because I want it.
on that camera.
Bernie,
There we go.
Nice.
Look
You
at
got
that.
a you got a
Fancy.
Zoo magazine.
Bernie,
Look
is
at
this the other? Like, did this come with him?
No, those aren't mine.
Oh, whose
Wow.
sock is it?
All right, we've lost control here on the couch.
What? I don't know what you're
I
talking
feel like
about.
we got a lot off our chests
It was a very
in that
complaining
podcast.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't you just feel like lighter?
We can talk about this later. It's fine. I'm ready.
I feel a
ready
little
to
bit.
end.
Is there anything you want to get off your
Wait,
No,
chest?
I'm
what?
ready. I'm ready to end.
This is a safe place, Gavin. Anything you want to get off your chest about your relationship?
No, I like it. I'm happy.
I feel like Bernie just loaded that because he wants to say something.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, wait, are we going somewhere with this?
You maybe spent too much time on the cat, but that's okay. Knowing the cat was going to come back anyway. But it's all good.
Wait,
It's all
what?
good.
What about the cat?
A little bit too much time on the cat.
Who?
We both did. It was like 2 weeks of our lives trying to find that stupid cat.
What's like we hired so many people, and in the end, someone just like read the number on his collar and called us.
Do
That's
you say,
it.
Do your
Just a
sunglasses
tag on the
say
collar.
Sunglasses on them?
They do.
They say pun glasses. All right, we want to thank you for watching the Rooster Teeth podcast.